Hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. It is Thursday, the 19th of November, 2020. I am your host, the amazing Super Chris. Thank you for joining me for this ungodly hour here on the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I have got my co-host, Andy Hall, from the Laughing in Disbelief blog over at Patheos and here on YouTube. He'll be joining me in just a minute. And Nokasuchi, The Rage, here on YouTube, will be joining me in just a minute. We're going to talk about the ongoing bloody war between Christians and dinosaurs. Right after this. Hello and welcome to Shakespeare with a Redneck. What the? I am Wild Bill Wigglestick, and I'll be your handsome host, your gilded guide, your cowboy concierge of Shakespeare. Dude, really? Today on Shakespeare with a Redneck, I'm going to perform the prologue from Romeo and Juliet. Damn it, Bill. Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end not could remove, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage, the which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend. Hey, that wasn't half bad. I'm not as dumb as I look. Of course not. You'd be in a coma. Okay, so here's a quick rundown of the situation. Bill, two snot-nosed brats ignore the warnings of their learned parents and end up getting 4 people killed. Bill, come on, man, you're always blah, blah, atheist stuff, blah, blah, boring. Say something fun, for goodness sake. What? Particle is a fun word. Bill, particle. Bill, or talk about horses and dogs. People love horses and dogs. Or boobies. Everybody loves boobies. Bill, oh, can I say boobies on YouTube? If you close your eyes, it doesn't count. Talk about boobies then. Okay, everybody loves those cute little blue-footed bastards. It hurts right here. Culture, baby, coming at you. Avoid bringing a plague on both your houses. A plague on both your houses! By hitting that subscribe button, then that little notification bell. And bang that thumbs up button like frisky cousins at a family reunion. Thank you and take care. Peace. All right. Good morning, everyone. Ruh-roh. I screwed things up. I'm trying to work my stuff and my magic in the background. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. It's Thursday. We're one day closer to Friday. I'm most excited about that. How's it going this morning, guys? You doing all right?
Is this us guys or the guys in the chat or the generic?
Oh, I was talking to you guys. Andy, I'm sorry, Andy. Sorry, I had a page open. Andy, how are you doing this morning?
Well, I've been diving into Christians Against Dinosaurs, Chris, and I have to tell you, you broke me. You broke me on this one.
Is your brain hurting?
I was able to deal with Trumpists for the last 4 years, but 5 minutes of looking at Christians Against Dinosaurs have broke me. So now I'm just going to live stream me brushing my teeth to the classic 1985 song, "We Built This City on Rock and Roll," for hours and hours and hours. And that's all my channel is going to do, because you broke me, Chris. You broke my heart. You broke my spirit.
I'm a bad person. I can't help myself. I'm just saying. Knock. Good morning.
I'm good. Yeah, good morning. I'm actually awake today. Been up working already, doing videos. So yeah, it's a work day today.
It's a work day. Well, that's good. It's odd to get you when you've been awake for more than just like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, no, cool. That doesn't happen very often. Yeah, I went to bed early last night.
True. Before we get too far along, of course, I want to say good morning to everybody who's watching in the damn nation, all you wonderful people on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, the Daily Atheist Morning Show podcast live, TrumpFamilyTreason.com, all you people who are watching everywhere. Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I hope you're ready for the weekend. I am ready for the weekend, ready for the thing. We're going to talk about some dinosaurs, maybe some Christians and dinosaurs, maybe for a bit, because they're weird. I mean, you know. But Nokasuchi, actually, this guy down here, he's got lots of experience dealing with Christians. And we even have Jason from the Dragons in Genesis podcast. He's in the chat, so he probably knows stuff about Christians and dinosaurs.
I just want to say that I should be given credit for not talking about Bitcoin and the fact that I'm a vegetarian, because those are the two of the most irritating character traits I think I have. being a vegetarian and throwing just a bit of money into Bitcoin when it was at its close to its bottom. So I just want to say that as a placeholder, and now we may continue with the regular conversation.
So you're a libertarian.
There's no sense in being mean, Nokasuchi. No name calling on this show.
Uncalled for.
What is it? Personal foul? How they do that, Andy?
I think it's on Sundays when I'm driving home. These two libertarian dudes are on the radio and they're talking about Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is the future.
Sometimes I'll be going along, doing my talking and doing my little rah, 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 and I'll look down and Andy will be going. And I'm like, okay, I need to shut up.
I'm not saying Bitcoin is the future. What I am saying is that it's gone up incredibly high over the last couple of months. And does anything have any innate value besides the roof over your head and food in your belly and the love of your children and the ones around you? Probably not. So,
Your enemies crushed before you and the sound and lamentations of their females. Sorry.
Love that movie. All right.
Yeah. Back to reality. Sorry. Conan lovers. So sorry, I distracted you. I don't know yet.
First, what are we talking? Are we talking about dinosaurs? What are we talking about?
Dinosaurs. We've got let me look. There's words. They're just too small for me to see. A fun fact: at the Creation Museum, run by Answers in Genesis, there's a display that shows giants fighting dinosaurs in a gladiator arena before Noah's flood. I did not know that. I was unaware. Thank you, Dragons in Genesis, for that.
Nephilim versus dinosaurs. I mean, and we thought we had entertainment in the modern age.
Right. I wonder, did they wear like spandex tights? Fun to watch. But you could expect these kind of things. Do you guys? I really appreciate my little Jesus. Now, see, I didn't do the Jesus on the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I just stole that from somebody else because I'm a sinner. Satan told me to steal it. There was this little voice going, "Steal it, steal it." So I stole it and then I changed it and put bombs and stuff. Because Jesus.
I think it's pretty hilarious. Gun toting Jesus has always been my favorite Jesus. So
one of my faves as well. Clearly apropos for our Christian right-wing nutbags. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, there's a lot, I guess. There's more than I thought about. I didn't realize when I read the article. There's an article, folks. There's an article. And it's about...
Would you like me to pivot to the article? Should I talk about the article?
Oh, would you, Andy? Andy's our article.
So there are several articles we can talk about. Is this the Tucson McDonald's one?
Let's start with that. It's a little dated, right? But that was like their claim to fame, but that's okay.
It is from August 31st. The name of the article is Christian Group Seeks Removal of Dinosaur from Tucson McDonald's. And what's interesting about this article is that this was basically the gateway into this whole Christians against dinosaur rabbit hole that I've just been down. That broke my spirit. I'm going to talk about the article. I'm going to read the article first.
Tucson, it's like a gateway drug.
It really is. A Tucson landmark won't be going extinct anytime soon. That's great copy. Great copy. Attempts to remove a fiberglass dinosaur statue outside of a McDonald's have been thwarted. A group called Christians Against Dinosaurs denounced the T-Rex statue on its Facebook page and called for its followers to rally in an effort to remove the statue. Please help. This McDonald's has a dinosaur and refused to remove it, according to the Arizona Daily Star. This is in Tucson, Arizona. Called the manager and demand the removal of this blasphemy. The post has been since deleted, but it also included the contact information for the McDonald's franchisee, DS Management Incorporated. The organization owns many McDonald's locations in the Tucson area. The dinosaur's been up there since the place opened in 1994. And according to its Facebook page and website, the website has videos and all kinds of wondrous information in it. Christians Against Dinosaurs seeks to reveal the truth about the quote-unquote dinosaur lie, claiming that the creatures never existed. It says dinosaurs are a scam invented by scientists to thwart religion. Over 23,000 people have liked the page on Facebook.
It hurts right here. It hurts right. It hurts right here. I've got like 1,500 likes on mine. I've labored for and these bitches. Sorry. Go ahead, Knock. You were going to say something coherent.
That's the lie that I grew up with. I always grew up with dinosaurs are a hoax, and that's just science trying to disprove God. And that, so when I came across a lot of other different scenarios, like the whole, dinosaurs and man existed together thing, and God created dinosaurs, and I'm like, all right, but like that's the lie that I grew up with as a Southern Baptist down in North Carolina, asking about the dinosaurs. Was, hey, that's just a hoax.
Yeah. So I'm curious about the reasoning behind the theory of the hoax, behind the scientific theory of this hoax. Of course, I'm saying this facetiously. Did they think that the dinosaur bones were dragons? Did they? Well, no,
they think that. I think what I was told was that the bones are fake, the fossils are fake. It's science trying to prove that the Earth has been around for longer than it has. If you can do that, then you disprove the Christian God.
So the theory is there is someone or a group, a cabal, making these bones and then showing them in museums, saying it's a whole conspiracy.
Yeah, they never said the Illuminati, but now that I'm older, I can put this dot and that dot together. And it would have to be the Illuminati, right? That evil cabal of scientists that want to just take over the world.
They have a lot of time on their hands, the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Right? They have a lot of time on their hands.
And just pure craziness. Like this, and this is like, I talk about this often. This is the question that got me away from the Christian religion initially, was asking my pastor, the preacher at the pulpit, what about the dinosaurs? I'm in school. I'm learning, hey, these dinosaurs are they existed millions upon millions of years ago. And that's what he told me. They're fake. It's fake. Your school is lying to you. That was the answer I got.
Your school are they lying to me about math too?
Exactly.
Oddly enough, this is not something we, as a kid, we ever really addressed. Well, it was just two completely different things. It was like baseball and football. There was evolution over here, and there was the Bible over there. And, you didn't really, it didn't really, I don't know. There wasn't a lot of clash when I was a kid. It just, now looking back, I could see why. Obviously we didn't go into those things. There are certain things you just don't talk about. You don't question God. You don't question this. You don't question that. Well, okay.
Leave it to the Baptists to make a mountain out of a molehill.
There was a period, though, as a Christian, I actually reconciled it myself, going, listen, if I were God and I loved all of his creation and all these creatures, I would want to watch every single one live and die and bless it as it grew throughout its life as creatures evolved. It's not like I just waited for man all these years for man. I would want to check. That was how I used to. But then nowadays, my deal is, well, but by that same token, that same God created it to where every creature has to kill or harm another creature in order to survive. Disconnect there. So I obviously I don't have the same problems, the same programming I used to have.
Well, yeah. Go ahead, Andy. Go ahead.
I will agree with something that I think I can agree with Christians versus dinosaurs, Christians against dinosaurs on one particular thing, and that is the concept of dinosaurs with feathers. And I'm not talking about ape.
Oh yeah.
But I'm talking about like when I see like some feathers on what I grew up to understand as a reptilian-like creature with smooth skin, like Glock has in the background. The idea about any dinosaur looking anything like any of those dinosaurs with feathers on them, I think is blasphemy. And if there was a real dinosaur, it's wrong. It's just wrong.
Well, I mean, it's true, but it's wrong.
It ain't so. I'm gonna put a link there for peeps.
That is something that I have studied, because I had problems with that too, Andy. I grew up with Jurassic Park and the reptilian dinosaurs. And I had that issue. So when this whole feathers and bird thing came out, I looked into it, and not all dinosaurs had feathers, but most did. And they weren't like feathers like we would think today. Probably really patchy and ugly compared to like a bird today. But it was fascinating to have that childhood illusion just shattered by science as I grew older.
I'm going to put on my old man hat a little bit more. It's like, I still can't get over Pluto not being a real planet. Yes, I know it's a dwarf planet, but it's in the same category.
Wait, Pluto's not a real planet?
What kind of crazy talk is this? We ain't got to put up with this shit on the show. Yeah, so there are things that just change as we get older, though. That very kind of thing that, something else. Dinosaurs, these things were first discovered and all this other things 100 years ago, 120 years ago. The bones, the notion for that, those things were there then, and some of those things carry over no matter what we learn. A brontosaurus. Anybody know what a brontosaurus is? There's no such thing, right? There's no such thing, right, as a brontosaurus anymore. They changed. It was part this and part that, but it's like in the 1800s they walked into the pyramids in Egypt and they go, "Oh, look, this is what all this stuff means." And it's like ever since then we just kind of go, "That's what they mean." But when the notions change and new science comes out and we learn that there's differences, sometimes it doesn't catch on. That's kind of all I'm saying.
Well, and that's what science is it's ever changing. We're always getting more and more information. So science is never the conclusion. It's only the processing of the informations. So yeah, it's funny how things can change so soon. And then it's also funny how like younger people, they don't know, the things that, like, I had this one younger person pick on me because I thought blood was blue. Until it hit oxygen, because that's what I grew up with. And you're stupid. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Blood is blue, So I find it fascinating.
Well, yes. What broke me, you may wonder what actually broke me about Christians Against Dinosaurs was that I went on their site. I didn't just check out their Facebook page. I went on their site and they have a whole video section. And yes, they have more subscribers than any one of us individually, of course, because they're Christians Against Dinosaurs. And they have this lovely video with a spokesperson of Christians Against Dinosaurs talking with a Russia media outlet called Izvestia. And this 9-minute video, this woman who is Russian in not the best English in the world, is talking to this person who is masked, who is the representative of Christians Against Dinosaurs. And this guy, right? He says that the idea is that the power, the government, whatever, if they can convince children that something as absurd as dinosaurs are real, then they will be able to convince these children to do anything in the future. So the idea is taking that Voltaire argument that if you can convince someone of absurdities, you can convince them to do atrocities kind of thing. And he's talking about that with dinosaurs. If you can convince children as something as absurd as dinosaurs exist, then you will be able to get them to do all types of horrible things in the future.
Projection much? I mean,
yeah, right. Hypocrisy. Looking at hypocrisy, anybody?
Like that's what religion is.
Yeah, that's looking at somebody's playbook. If you're going to go by somebody's playbook, that's kind of their playbook.
That's exactly it.
Do you guys know what a stagomizer is? No, it's a thagomizer. Thag. Thag. A thagomizer?
No.
No? Okay.
What?
Well, it's the spiky thing on the end of a Stegosaurus's tail.
Oh, sure.
And this cartoon artist, Larson, I believe his name is, it doesn't say. Gary Larson, he in this cartoon called it a thagomizer. And the scientific community didn't have a name for it, so they took that name, and now it is officially called a thagomizer, because apparently Thag got too close to it.
I think,
I was thinking like
it says
maybe the weapon. Oh, good. Sorry.
It says now this end is called the thagomizer after the late Thag Simmons. So that's kind of what it says.
And
I believe
Gary
all memes
Larson,
I see on the internet. I do.
Gary Larson, who did the Far Side series of comics, brilliant guy, obviously. If anyone's acquainted with his work, but I am a bit disappointed with the idea of that weapon being called a thagomizer. I would have called it a thunkamizer or a stabby miser. Something not on the nose.
Right.
Something really creative like that. The
Right.
stabamizer.
Well, it was named
The
after
stabamizer
Fag, who got
to the
killed
fourth
by it.
power. Because aren't there like 4 spikes at the end of its tail, as I recall
Yeah,
from so it would have been like the stabamizer to the 4th power, if I have that right.
Yes. Peep this. Apparently the Brontosaurus is back. So I'm not wrong. I was just outdated. I was wrong. Anyway, yeah, so the Brontosaurus is back. So Bronto burgers for everyone. Coming soon.
Well, and I have to say, like, the whole dinosaurs is a fraud thing or a hoax. That's a lot more refreshing compared to what a lot of Baptists are saying now, and that's that man and dinosaurs live together, which is absolute insanity.
But they've been doing that for a while now, right? That's a straitjacket they've applied to themselves for a considerable amount of time. It's not a new thing. What about the Satan burying the dinosaurs' bones? Because he had mad amounts of time. Or his minions,
he had a third of the heavenly host to help him, so
right.
He had a lot of time on his hands. A lot of time.
That's true. Yeah.
But why would Satan kill them off and bury them? Why wouldn't he, help them eat humanity? Rule my children.
I never thought of it that Satan had killed them off. I thought that he had produced dead bones already dead.
That was probably the Nephilim in the Colosseums. So that's probably how they died. Yeah.
Remember, Sammy Jenkins says, "Stabby McSpike." That's his suggestion.
Stabby McSpike.
That's a good name. Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should do and this is completely tangential, but that's how I roll today. We should do some kind of call-in show too. We should have people just call in.
Dude, you sucked that right out of my brain. I was going to suggest that. I was going to suggest maybe taking a single day and doing it for a day.
Yeah.
Because there would be some tech nerding that would be required. Some nerding.
Well, you'll also notice how genius I am with suggesting Chris to do even more work than what he does now.
So I thought about doing that. Maybe starting with a day, having a single day and doing call-ins. I've noticed one of the things that, again, probably not a conversation for during the show. Maybe I should
probably not. I'm just being.
No, it's a great idea. No, it's a good idea. I like it. I liked it.
Yeah.
I got a question from my side chat. The Daily Atheist Morning Show. Who would win, a giant or a Spinosaurus?
Ooh.
Well, how big is the giant that we're talking about?
That's right.
Because you're talking about a Godzilla-sized giant, then that Godzilla-sized giants are pretty intense.
Well, I mean, depending on which Christian you ask, the Nephilim could be children of Titans. So they could be big as hell.
Okay. I got so pound for pound.
Because you got to explain this. So Nephilim, according to some Christians, are children of Titans.
Yeah.
They could be mixing. Aren't they mixing?
Yeah.
Well,
a little bit.
Actually. Okay. Peep this, my homies. The Nephilim are the children of female humans, and no. They're not. So, all right. This is my interpretation of the thing. The sons of God came down. I don't know what that means. Whoever they are, right? I don't know who the sons of God. Angels? I don't know.
Yeah,
but they came
angels.
down. They came down, and they bred with human females, and those creatures are not Nephilim. They're not Nephilim because the Nephilim were already in the world at the time. It says that they were already. So the Nephilim were passing through. There's one single line in the Bible that mentions the Nephilim, and then it also says that the Nephilim. I'm sorry, two. Really? I know. Yeah. I'd only heard the one, but still, it's tiny that they even mention them in passing. There were Nephilim in the land. That's all it says. Yeah. And then it goes on to talk about how wicked.
It says they were like the heroes of old. Christians have made up a lot of stuff about the Nephilim. Nephilim free being probably the most famous.
I did a video.
I mean, the Bible is just fan fiction anyway, so why not write even more fan fiction about something that's been, just put in the Bible once or twice? That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I mean, what my favorite part of it is like God did the flood to kill the Nephilim, and He didn't even kill them all.
Yeah, exactly.
That's God works in bad ways.
Well, if I may again, God didn't do the flood to kill the Nephilim, nor did He do it to kill the sons of the children of the sons of God. He did it to kill man specifically.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm not saying this, Chris. That's what Christians say.
Okay.
I just want to say that Nephilim are mentioned twice in the Bible. I just Googled it because I wanted to make sure my brainy beats was still.
Where's the other place? Is it both in the same place?
The first time is in Genesis 6, chapter 6, verses 1 through 6, and then again it's an obscure little passage. Numbers 13, verse 33. Andy Hall for the win. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's how Christians know. That's how Christians know that the Nephilim weren't all wiped away in the flood. But Chris, you're right. Like the Bible is very accurately clear about why God did the flood, and that's because men were sinful and evil.
Yeah, it didn't have nothing to do with the Nephilim.
Christians ignore that, and they're like, nope, it was those Nephilim giants.
Yep. So here I've got it. Let me get a shareable link. My atheist Bible study, The Evil God Monster of Abraham, episode 6. We cover the Nephilim because that's what we do. So I'm going to post a link at the thing so you guys can go if you want to go after the show and watch the video. I got craziness over there. We didn't cover this. As to what the Nephilim were in that part of the Bible. I didn't know about Numbers. See, so Numbers, another book written much later by other people who had this and this to study.
Yeah. Christians love to create fiction and fantasy to add on to the fiction and fantasy that they believe in.
Right.
So like we're having this discussion on my channel when it comes to Genesis chapter 2 versus Genesis chapter 1. Genesis chapter 2 clearly continues the story, but Christians have put in, no, it's a flashback story. So Genesis chapter 2 is going back to Genesis chapter 1 and giving you details. Like, nope, that's not what it says.
That's not. And they're different. In chapter 1, it says this happened. Yeah, it's one of those
very different.
Mm-hmm. The order in which things happen are different. Really, you want to post a link, Dragons in Genesis? Feel free to post a link because Dragons in Genesis covers this. Jason over at the podcast, great stuff. We're going to have him back on the show.
Why aren't they called Nephilim in Genesis then?
They are. What's not covered? Oh, the dragons. Stupid Andy. Did I say that or did you? Wait.
I said that, and then you said it again.
According to some Christians, dinosaurs breathe fire, and that's why we have stories of dragons. Like Christians make up funny stuff. I've had a lot of fun with them.
Yeah. So that's why it's kind of becomes, funny, so far, sad, not dangerous, sad,
horrific.
Anybody want to use the word pathetic? Well, let's look at Christians
versus
dinosaurs.
Chris. You said it.
Yeah. I love the English language. See, Pokerman says his great grandfather had a pet T-Rex. And who are we to question his great grandfather?
So I'm watching this video on Christians Against Dinosaurs, and it's a 45-second video. It has 1,000. This should put some faith in humanity back into our little hearts. It only has 80 thumbs up and 1,400 downvotes, and it's a 45-second video of someone burning a T-Rex key ring.
Throw me a link. We'll watch it all. I'll put it up and we'll all watch it together if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. Now I have to go find it. So you guys talk amongst yourselves.
We'll talk amongst ourselves. Yes, that's good. I love that kind of stuff. Yeah. Podcast. Yes, thank you for the link to the Dragons in Genesis podcast. There are a lot of things that they've done. Again, when I was a kid, I didn't know. I knew about dinosaurs. They were things. I didn't really think of them as a challenge to Christianity. It was an adult before I ever learned that. But then again, that's not the only challenge either. You've also got Adam and Eve.
I just threw it in your chat, the link to 45 seconds of burning dinosaur T-Rex there.
Give me just a moment.
Sure. Well, you know, the thing is it seems as if anything even closely related to reality or real facts seems to be a threat against Christians. The idea about putting on a face mask is a threat against evangelicals. The idea of global warming is a threat against evangelicals. It seems as if a little death cult can't handle with any kind of data points whatsoever that doesn't feed directly into their psychosis.
They have a very deep problem because their Bible, their infallible word of God, says the world is 7,000 years old. And any science that's going to go against that, well, that disproves their God. Dinosaurs disprove their God. Right. And so they have to attack that. They have to, because it goes against everything that's the core of their being.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go with the video. Let me see. I hope the sound works. I've been changing the sound because of the Discord.
So my daughter
I saw it without the sound on, so I have no idea what the sound is.
This is what they gave her.
I have no idea what it sounds like.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. I'm gonna start it again.
Name of the video is Dino.
Shut up, Andy.
So my daughter came home.
Shut up, Andy.
And this is what they gave her. A keychain of a dinosaur. It makes noise. It gives a light.
Y'all hear that?
And I have no idea what to do with it.
Well, I hear it on the screen.
Do you give this to a little girl? There's no reason for that. So we burn it.
Oh shit. They take this stuff rather seriously, don't they?
There's no such thing.
That's crazy.
Wowzers. Okay, yeah, that was... I can see what you mean, Andy. These people are...
Die, science, die!
Die!
Right? Oh, man. She's contributing to global warming, which she doesn't even believe in, Jack-a-Lion. No. Just want to throw that out there.
Of course.
I'd almost bet. I'm just guessing. I'm thinking the Venn diagram of people who don't believe in dinosaurs and the people who don't believe in global warming. There's a powerful overlap there, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. If you're, I mean, we all probably have already heard this. If you believe in one conspiracy theory, there's a great chance that you're going to believe in another, more than one conspiracy theories. Even when the conspiracy theories contradict each other, you will still be able to say, I believe in the fact that the Earth is hollow, but it's made out of solid ice too. Those things.
Right. And there's lizard men down there living.
And there's exactly, there are lizard men in the ice planet that's hollow.
Mm-hmm.
That's flat.
And all that just makes
a flat planet that's hollow.
And a flat planet, right. It's a flat planet.
It's flat.
It's a flat planet, and in the center, you have icy lizard men.
Should we have a box in life that you check? And if you're like, I deny science, and no glasses, no smartphones, we just can't do that though.
Well, one of the stories, I've probably told you about some of my stories of online dating when I was online dating, and OkCupid.
Play the sad music.
No, it's crazy music. That's what it is. There was one question. That you could or could not, answer. It was up to you, and it said basically, are dinosaurs real, basically? And I'm like, how? And they asked other questions too, like, is the moon larger than the sun, for an example? And then there was this other, just these questions that are meant to kind of like sift out, to sort out the complete lunatics so that you could identify them properly.
That's wonderful.
But one of them was like, and I felt like asking people, so did you think dinosaurs are dragons? Did you, for people who don't think dinosaurs are real, on the dating site, I just felt like I needed to ask them what they actually thought the bones were and how that all came about. But I never did because I was too busy trying to get laid. So
yeah, Jose Padron says we're a bunch of tools.
Well, good morning, Jose Padron. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. If you don't mind, if you don't mind, Jose, take a moment and give us a thumbs down and watch us as long as you can, because it really does help our metrics, brother. I appreciate you. You're wonderful. But wait, though, Jose. Well, what was his name again? Put him back up. Put him back up.
Jose Padron. Now he said.
Jose. But wait. Well, now I understand on any other given day outside of this week why you might say that we're a bunch of tools, because we come in and we talk about like politics and stuff. We get a lot of blowback from that, but I really don't get why you're frustrated with us and why we're
the same idiots who approach Trumpers are the same idiots who think dinosaurs are part of the Illuminati lizard people.
I just want to clarify.
It's that whole QAnon thing.
Okay.
If I'm going to be a tool, I want to be a power tool. I don't want to be a garden variety tool.
I want to be a power bone saw. If I'm going to be a tool.
Bone saw.
All right, let me do
this. Should we talk about the nasal passages here, the nasal bones too?
I was hoping you would get to that. All right. Let me before we do, if you don't mind. Brainbug says, and I don't know what it says because I can't read it. I haven't read it. Didn't you give me a trigger warning for today's show? Why didn't I give you? See, I don't know, because I'm a bad person.
Yeah,
that is why. We've already established that. We're horrible. We are. I think we're probably even going to hell. That's at least what Satan told me earlier when we had during the meeting.
I've been smiling the whole time because I feed on the insanity of Christianity.
Hey, wait. David Paul says, I'm having dinosaur egg in my French toast. Way to go. Way to go. Made with the body of Christ. See, I mean, it's wholesome and delicious. Okay, Andy, nose bridge.
Right. Christian create. This is an article I see in Dead State. This is an article that Chris sent me or sent us earlier today. It's a Christian creationist quote. God gave us nasal bones because he knew we'd need glasses someday.
Right. See? Now,
so God has glasses?
Yes, made in his image. So God has the nasals because he knew. So I don't know.
Surely he would have. That's a good question. If we're going there, though, if we're going to go there, Nokasuchi, does God or does God not have penis flesh? Foreskin. Does he have it or does he not have it?
Can I read the article before we start talking about
I think he has too much.
I'm sorry. I was going too far.
Read the article.
I'm sorry, Andy.
This is my favorite question I've ever gotten.
Okay.
He has too much. He has all the foreskins of all the ancient Jews.
He got a room full of foreskins. Ooh, that's nasty.
That dude's
Andy.
got.
I'm sorry, Andy. We'll. Sorry, Andy. He's looking at us.
He's got
like
a squash penis. I'm just saying, it's a squash penis.
Okay, the article. The folks over at Answers in Genesis are still banging out their pure, unadulterated form of unintentional comedy. Although it's not that funny when you consider the fact that they teach their brand of young earth creationism to children. Nevertheless, it's when they make stuff up on the fly that the magic happens. The Friendly Atheist flagged a recent video from their bi-weekly show, Answers News, where education content administrator Dr. Jennifer Rivera explained to viewers why humans have nasal bones. Quote, God designed humans very specifically with this nasal bone because he, God, knew because of sin we'd be wearing glasses and contacts, right? So she's literally holding, I saw the video. So she's literally holding, like comparing like a human skull versus an ape skull. And she's saying, you notice how there's no nasal bones here, and you see that there are nasal bones here, and that's because God knew about the fall, and we'd have to wear glasses, and that's why we have nasal bones.
Yeah.
I thought it was so we would know when to stop putting our fingers up there.
See?
No, right.
It didn't work. Just make smaller fingers. Yeah, but so many things. Why don't people who don't wear glasses, why do they have noses? Didn't God know they wouldn't need glasses? And
so so I wonder if God didn't give chimps and apes nasal bones. Now, how does that argument flow? Because does she think that apes and chimps don't need, like their eyesight is pure throughout their entire life, and that they don't have the same kind of issues that we have with our eyes?
The Chimp and Umbrella Academy definitely has classes.
Oh, okay. All right. Good point. Good point.
You
Or
know,
does she think that God doesn't care about chimps and apes and F them if they need glasses or not? He's not going to give them nasal bones. Which one is it?
Ooh, that's the wrong video. I'm going to send that link. Somebody asked for us to send that video to Godless Granny. I will do that here as soon as I can. I'll send in the wrong video.
Sure.
Because she wanted to see that too. That's going to be wonderful. I'd like to see her put a show on about that kind of thing. Anyway, let's see what else is going on over here. Iron Chair Tier, good morning. Nice to have you with us. The most of the nose is cartilage, so wrong.
Yes, most of the nose is cartilage.
It's
That's
also why we have ears.
What's that?
Sean Alexander says it's also why we have ears. To hold ear pods, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Jose.
We've got a serious question from Jose. He's not trolling. What evidence do you have of a curvature and motion of the Earth?
The curvature.
Flat Earth debate on the morning show right now.
Oh, I see there. It's always two
NASA's a conspiracy.
I would say you just got to do shadows like Aristophanes did, like 300 BC. Anyone who read Cosmos as a kid knows that the Greek philosopher Aristophanes, or proto-scientist, was able to determine within 2 degrees, I believe. Tell me if I'm wrong, chap, because you're smarter than I am. Within 2 degrees of the actual size of the planet by just measuring freaking shadows.
I don't think that the Earth is round.
And this is over 2,000 years old, this knowledge. And yet you still have people going, I don't know, maybe Earth flat.
Well, I was sitting there thinking,
the Earth's a grilled cheese.
I fear
tasty and cheesy.
I fear there is, if with all the internet information out there, this person clearly has the internet, clearly has read stuff, all of that, and they're still asking these questions, there is nothing I can say or produce here that would convince you. There's nothing I could do. The best I could do was to pop open my Google, which you are free to do on your own, and look for best reasons, answer those questions on your own, and maybe you would no longer believe in that nonsense. I'm just...
You see, I think we're going to do a little diagram here. You see, you have 2 spots. Let's say you have 2 monuments, and in a flat plane, the sun overhead, they do the exact same shadow, right? Because they're so far away. But if the curve is, that means their shadows differ a bit. And if you measure the distances and measure the degrees off of those shadows, you can figure out how big the sphere is that you're on. 300 BC.
Y'all are just tools. I mean, everybody knows that NASA planted the dinosaur bones. So...
Well, NASA, on the word of Satan did it. I could have swore Satan had something to do with it. I'm still looking for that damn link. I will have that link. No, that's not.
Yeah, it is my pride and joy that I've never looked into the round Earth. So because it's just stupid, it's not something even worth debating. So I've never looked into it. I know a lot of people have fun with that. I just kind of feed off the idiocy.
If you read books more than the Bible, you actually learn things. If you read the science books, you will actually learn things. And I read, I grew up watching Carl Sagan and Cosmos on PBS Sunday nights. I got the book. And, I read it through a couple of times when I was a kid, and you just kind of pick things up. That's what you do. So, hey, go pick up a book about science literacy, about the history of science, about how science works, and you'll learn something. You'll fill your head with something useful as against to just this propaganda from Christian fascists, basically. Oh my!
And it's really hard to on such limited knowledge. Who are we talking to? We have no idea who we're talking to, or what their beliefs are, or if they're just a troll out there going, "All right,
they're very new to my side chat. I've never seen them before."
Yeah, here's a trigger question.
When I was in college and when I did my graduate courses, I would actually write down the freaking questions I wanted to ask, so I wouldn't appear a fool. In front of my peers. Where is this shame? I sound like an old guy once again, shaking my fists at the clouds, man.
Shake fist at the clouds. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why that kind of went away. We're no longer in the moment of truth. We're in the moment of, what is it? You say it, Nokasuchi.
Multiple truths. It's multiple truths. I've heard.
Yeah, we're the post-truth era. Yeah.
Post-truth
It isn't just a
era.
zeitgeist. It's multiple zeitgeists. I've heard. That's a horrifying concept too.
Yeah, it's like the right wing nutbags are controlling the situation. I don't know. It's craziness. This
Yeah, well,
it's lies.
at the end
It's
of the
all
18th
lies.
and 19th centuries, you had
Hypocrisy.
the era of enlightenment, right? And we lived in that era, and now we've passed that era, and we're now into the post-truth era, the era where truth doesn't matter, opinions are truth, and I mean we see that on a very large scale, not just here in America, but across the world.
Right. Yes. Yeah. There was one other piece. One other article I want to talk about. I don't know. Are we done talking about nose bones or nasal cartilage? Is anything else on nasal cartilage, gentlemen?
Well, I'll tell you what. You go ahead with your article, and then Nokasuchi and I will probably want to go back and touch on God's circumcision.
Private section, the foreskin. Is that what?
Yeah, the whole circumcision thing.
yeah. So go ahead, because it's just so much fun. It has legs, man.
When I say this is strictly politics, I mean that in the sense that it's America and that it's Christo-fascism related.
Okay.
Trump asks judge to declare him a winner in Pennsylvania despite trailing by 80,000 votes. People who've been watching this channel or our channels for a while know that we've been talking about there is a way for Donald Trump to win the election without winning the popular vote or the electoral college officially. And that is the strategy that Trump is trying to do in Pennsylvania. He's trying to get the judge to, or the system to basically negate the popular vote and the official electoral college vote, which would be based on the popular vote, and have Republicans in Pennsylvania name all of the electors so that they can vote for Trump. And that would upend the democratic process in Pennsylvania. Let me just read a little bit from this. Arguing that the results of the presidential are defective, Donald Trump's campaign manager has asked a judge in Pennsylvania to declare him the winner in the state and allow Republican-led state legislature to decide which way it will allocate its 20 electoral college votes. The thing is, they have to certify the votes in Pennsylvania, all 67 counties, by November 23rd. So in Pennsylvania, the magic number is November 23rd, where they certify the votes. So it's only a few days from now. And so
they try to do something very similar here in Michigan and Wayne County. The people spoke out and changed the mind of the fanatics. Like one of them was, we have indications that Q told one of the people here in Michigan not to certify those results in Wayne County. So yeah, that's their strategy now. As they have cried like little babies to steal the election, they're trying to steal the election. So
yeah. I heard something about that. I made myself a little list to do a couple of short videos about the Michigan electors and stuff like that. I'm trying to move those kind of topics away, and as much as we can. Sometimes we're going to do maybe, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, with this whole Michigan electors thing, they're trying to, once again, of course, Andy said they've got this much time before, and then they've got to do this thing, and they got to do the thing at the place and the stuff, and we knew this was going to happen. So
yep,
trying to do the thing, but so that's that. Back to the dinosaurs thing. I think we're almost done with the show, and we've talked about these things. If you people have ideas for show topic ideas, let me know in the chat, or stuff like that. We'll try to work other different show topic ideas into the thing. Like we talked about the politics. Yeah, if it gets really, but this is the morning show, and we're going to try to move it back towards religion. Occasionally we'll do politics when I want to, when I feel like it, when we feel like it. If one of the guys comes and says, hey, we want to talk about this, we'll do it, or other things. I don't know. We'll see how it goes right now. I'm watching something, actually. I'm measuring something. We're not talking about politics this week, and I'm watching. So.
Lots of stuff happening.
Lots of stuff happened, So it's odd. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here, if you don't mind. Andy, what do you have going on? I'm going to run the Wild Bill commercial again, too, for those who haven't seen it yet. That's my favoriteest one, guys. So, Andy, what do you got going on, man?
Going to be making another funny short today. Going to be making some plans for Atheist Drinking Out Loud, and just doing my chaos on my blog, Laughing in Disbelief. That's what I'm all about.
Good. That's going to be fun. I like your little shorts. Good stuff.
They've been incredibly popular, actually. They have brought more subscribers, and people seem to like them.
Awesome. Good. I enjoy them myself. So, Nokasuchi, man, what do you got going on? Anything?
Today's a work day. I'm going to be editing videos. I will be putting out an edited video at noon. I'm having more fun with Christians as they melt down in the wake of the Trump loss. And at 7 p.m. tonight, I have a one-on-one conversation with Otangelo Grasso, Christian apologist. So that will be fun. Tune in at 7 p.m. Eastern on my channel, and I'll be talking to a Christian. Those are always the best ones.
Awesome sauce. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you to everybody in the chat. The Damnation, you are wonderful. Andy, Nokasuchi, you guys, thank you for co-hosting with me today. And you have a great day. We will see you tomorrow. Check out Wild Bill if you haven't seen it before. Hello, and welcome to Shakespeare with a Redneck. What the? I am Wild Bill Wigglestick, and I'll be your handsome host, your gilded guide, your cowboy concierge of Shakespeare. Dude, really? Today on Shakespeare with a Redneck, I'm going to perform the prologue from Romeo and Juliet. Damn it, Bill. Two households, both alike in dignity in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end not could remove, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage, the which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend. Hey, that wasn't half bad. I'm not as dumb as I look. Of course not. You'd be in a coma. Okay, so here's a quick rundown of the situation. Bill, two snot-nosed brats ignore the warnings of their learned parents and end up getting 4 people killed. Bill, come on, man. You're always blah, blah, atheist stuff, blah, blah, boring. Say something fun, for goodness sake. What? Particle is a fun word. Bill, particle. Bill, or talk about horses and dogs. People love horses and dogs. Or boobies. Everybody loves boobies. Bill, oh, can I say boobies on YouTube? If you close your eyes, it doesn't count. Talk about boobies then. Okay, everybody loves those cute little blue-footed bastards. It hurts right here. Culture, baby, coming at you. Avoid bringing a plague on both your houses. A plague on both your houses! By hitting that subscribe button, then that little notification bell. And bang that thumbs up button like frisky cousins at a family reunion. Thank you and take care. Peace. Thank you for watching the show. A special shout out to my gold level Patreon supporters, Cindy Plaza and Ian Davenport. Thank you and have a great day.